What's your name?
Samuel.
How old are you?
3.
Do you go to school?
No,
Do you have school?
I have school at my home.
My name's Emma and I'm 15 and I'm going to be a sophomore in high school.
I'm Hannah and I'm 11 and I'll be in 6th grade. My name's Grace Ann and I'm 7.
I'm Trinity Pruitt and I'm 17 years old and I want to be a cosmetologist, someone who does hair, makeup, and nails.
Okay, I'm Kieran Forsyth. I am 20 years old and I am currently in college.
I'm Carissa. I graduated from college with a bachelor's degree in chemistry.
I am Ariel. I am 22 years old and I am in college right now studying to be a nurse.
You guys are sisters?
Yes. We're sisters.
It's been about a year.
Our whole lives.
Pretty much all.
All the way through high school.
Age 4 through 16. I did not finish high school homeschooled. Usually got up, started doing classwork around probably 9 o'clock. Then if I worked really hard, I could be finished by 12. But if not, I usually have lunch around 12 and then finish up whatever it was, usually by the afternoon.
Well, we normally start with a Bible study. There's one day out of the week where we go to the gym.
I color pictures. First we do history or science, and then math, and then we do handwriting, language arts, and reading and phonics.
We could pick if we wanted to work on multiple subjects and do that every day, or if we wanted to do all of math on Monday and then all of history on Tuesday and then all of English on Wednesday kind of thing. In homeschool, we're doing a lot of just reading together or reading on our own, and then maybe we'll talk about and answer questions.
Our mom.
Mom.
Not your dad?
He helped a little bit.
Jennifer Rudy. She's a girl next door. It was been put on her heart from God to homeschool the kids at Shiloh. So we had been doing homeschooling since.
Yes and no.
Yes, but she was still my mom. It's kind of like an awkward balance in there. She was like the mom and the teacher.
Most of the time I just see her as my mom, and then there's sometimes she's tells me that she's my teacher too, and so I need to treat her like that too.
Dad? Yeah. So if we did not behave, we would have a meeting with the principal and we would be in trouble. Yeah.
Dad made us get dressed.
We always
He said we were going to
dress.
school, so.
If we were in our pajamas, it was shame on you.
Oh no!
Go change.
Some days I just stay in my pajamas.
I get dressed.
Where I can be myself and goof around, I feel more comfortable being with people. I feel like family.
I really appreciate just how much I was able to learn because we did so much reading. I just really soaked it all in.
Probably that I could work at my own pace. When I was at the high school, I did everything they were doing, the day they did it. And with the math classes, I just couldn't keep up with the pace and my grades weren't very good because of that. But at home, I could work at the pace I needed to work at, and my grades reflected that.
Also be able to get my things done without having to worry about my grades being so low.
Like being compared?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not really.
Mom had to turn my desk and face the wall instead of a window so that I would focus better.
I'd sneak cards down on my desk and try to hide them. There's always something I'd be doing that wasn't really schoolwork.
It's not distracting since we're downstairs. We don't have a TV or anything that could get our attention away. We do have snack time, so that's pretty cool.
In the end, as I got older and older, it was easier to focus, but generally it sometimes was hard to.
But in general, we did okay.
It works pretty well.
Yeah. for sure. She did have an education degree. She was able to pick which books she wanted to use, so she was able to look through and being a teacher.
When we got to the high school level where we had like individual teachers that were teaching from their home,
All of our teachers had to be state certified, and so they had degrees in their special field of mathematics or social sciences or whatever. So
She always makes sure we get our grade up to at least a B or an A. If we get it wrong, she's okay with us to redo it and take her time.
Church.
Girl Scouts.
Since I did public school, I already have some friends there, but I go to church, and since I'm homeschooled, I get to actually be out more, so I get to meet people along the way when I'm outside.
And we would go to the public library a lot, and we'd have all our groups of homeschool friends go and hang out at the library, read a few books there.
if you think about it, being in public school means that you're in a classroom with your peers, so everyone's the same age and at the same level socially. You do develop that way, but all through growing up, we were around people our own age, but also around elderly people and people who were in their 20s, or just we had the whole range that we were around. We've never had any problem with social stuff.
Oh my.
Sometimes it's hard for some of the classes. I have to like self-teach almost.
Focusing and not being able to see my friends.
Maybe working with other people on a lot of project stuff.
Because I went from being in a room with me and 2 other people doing schoolwork and just having to leave home to go to school, but it really wasn't hard once I was adjusted.
I think you have a closer relationship with your family.
I've been more happy. I'm not the depressed girl I used to be. Since there was no drama in the way, I had nothing to worry about, and I just saw myself getting brighter almost each day.
Probably a decent work ethic. If you don't do all your work, there sometimes I'll be sitting 7 or 8 at night still doing my math because I didn't want to do it in the middle of the day. I want to go outside and play instead of do my math. So I learned that I had to get stuff done in an orderly manner.
Self-motivation is one thing. For us, we were the ones who were completely responsible for going to online classes, reading our stuff, getting our stuff done and turned in. So when we get to college, we already have those skills and those habits developed.
The homecoming dances, I didn't get to do prom, and
Extracurriculars that only a public school can offer.
we do get to do sports. I enjoy basketball. At the rec center, I play with whoever goes there.
I played baseball for probably 5 or 6 years through the Emporia Recreation Center.
I didn't really care about sports.
We didn't do any of that sort of thing.
We did outdoorsy things like camping.
Yeah, with Girl Scouts.
Scary.
There are definitely pros and cons.
There's probably more opportunities for sports groups and stuff like that.
But then a con, the depth of education being not as deep as a homeschool education can be.
It is way easier than homeschooling, actually. Because out there, if you already knew a bunch of stuff, you'd sit there for a week while they went over it, and you'd be like, why am I even here? I'm not learning anything at all.
I feel like a lot of people that come out of the public school, they didn't have a lot of good study skills, I feel like. Whereas we were made to follow directions and pay attention to those little things because mom could really get on to us.
Public school was really fun. Up until high school, I had some drama that has been going on, and it's kept me away from being able to keep my grades up. I still think it's a good thing to go to it so you can finish throughout and get your diploma.
Yeah,
Probably.
I want to.
I would say if it's needed.
I think up until high school, yes, and then from in the high school and I had to deal with the school stuff, they can figure it out kind of like I had to.
I've thought about it. I don't know if I'd have the patience.
Yeah, mom had to have a lot of patience to homeschool us.
That's it.
Okay.
You did a good job. Thank you. High five. Thank you.